The courtroom was silent. The waitress stood at the witness stand. The tech CEO's lawyer smirked. "You expect us to believe you understand code?" Sophie smiled and began reciting. From memory, every stolen algorithm, every line of code, every illegal meeting, dates, times, details. The lawyer's face went pale. "How do you?" "I have photographic memory," Sophie said, "and I kept every receipt, every conversation, everything." The man who tipped her $5 on $200 bills, who called her just a waitress, was about to lose everything because she remembered everything. Welcome to Story Nation, your destination for emotional, dramatic, and inspiring true stories. Subscribe now for more stories that will touch your heart. Let's get started. Sophie Chen was 29 years old, waitress at the Sterling, upscale restaurant, downtown. She'd worked there for 6 years. Every shift, every table. She had a secret: photographic memory. She remembered everything, every face, every order, every conversation, every word. Sophie had been studying computer science at university. 2 years in, then her mother got sick. Cancer. No insurance. Sophie dropped out, became a waitress to pay medical bills. One of her regular customers, Marcus Reynolds, age 42, CEO of Tech Vault, software company, worth millions, came every Tuesday. Same table, same order. Marcus was condescending, always. Service was adequate, barely. His favorite phrase: "Bill, $206. Tip, $5. Every time. That's generous for a waitress." Sophie stayed professional. Always. "Thank you, sir. Enjoy your evening." But she remembered every insult, every bad tip, every condescending word, stored in her mind. Perfect memory. One Tuesday evening, Marcus took a phone call. At his table, loud. Sophie was refilling water. He didn't notice her, didn't care. She was invisible to him, just the waitress. "Lisa will never prove it," Marcus said. Into his phone. "Women don't understand tech." Sophie froze. Lisa. She knew that name. Dr. Lisa Park, her former professor, computer science, before Sophie had to drop out. "I've got her code," Marcus continued. "Cloud-secure algorithm. Revolutionary. She can't prove I stole it. My lawyers will bury her." He laughed. Sophie kept pouring water. Hands steady. Mind recording every word. Over the next 3 months, Marcus came every Tuesday. Always the same. Always on the phone. Always talking business. Always assuming the waitress wasn't listening, wasn't smart enough to understand. But Sophie understood everything. She'd been a computer science major, top student. She knew the terminology, the algorithms, the code architecture, and she was writing it all down. Every conversation, every detail, dates, times, names. Sophie kept every receipt from Marcus's meals, with her handwritten notes on the back. Tuesday, March 15th. Marcus discussed cloud-secure theft, mentioned paying off beta tester Kevin $50,000 to steal Lisa's source code. All documented. 6 months after the first call, Sophie contacted Dr. Park. "Professor, this is Sophie Chen, your former student. I need to talk to you about Marcus Reynolds and Cloud Secure." Lisa went silent. "How do you know about that?" They met at a cafe. Sophie brought everything: receipts, notes, dates, names, amounts. Lisa stared. "You documented all of this?" "I'm a waitress," Sophie said. He didn't think I'd understand or care. "I heard everything," Sophie continued. "He stole your cloud-secure algorithm, paid Kevin Chen $50,000, beta tester at your old company, modified the code slightly, filed patent as his own, launched it as TechVault's product. Lisa's hands shook. I knew it, but I had no proof. Now you do, Sophie said. She recited, from memory, every conversation, every technical detail, code structure, variable names, architecture decisions. Lisa recorded everything. Your memory is incredible. Photographic, Sophie confirmed. Lisa filed lawsuit. Intellectual property theft. $100 million. Marcus's lawyers laughed. She has no evidence. It's her word against ours. Then Lisa submitted Sophie's documented receipts. 52 Tuesdays. 52 conversations. All recorded. Court date set. Marcus confident. A waitress? He told his team. That's their star witness? She probably doesn't even understand what we're discussing. His lawyers agreed. We'll destroy her on cross-examination. Make her look foolish. They had no idea. Sophie took the stand. Calm. Professional. Black suit. Hair pulled back. Marcus's lawyer approached. Smirking. Miss Chen, you're a waitress, correct? Yes. And you claim to understand. Advanced software architecture? I was a computer science major, Sophie said, before I had to drop out, to care for my mother. Dr. Lisa Park was my professor. The lawyer waved dismissively. That was years ago. Surely you've forgotten. Technical details. Sophie smiled. I have photographic memory. I forget nothing. Then prove it, the lawyer challenged. Recite the cloud-secure algorithm. Sophie did. From memory. Every line. Every function. Every variable. The courtroom went silent. Lawyers frantically checking documents. She was perfect. Word for word. On March 15th, Sophie continued, Mr. Reynolds sat at table 12, 9:17 p.m. He ordered the salmon. Bill was $206. He tipped $5. And he discussed paying Kevin Chen $50,000 to steal source code. Marcus's face drained of color. Sophie recited 52 conversations. Every Tuesday. Dates, times, exact words, names of people involved, amounts of money, technical specifications. The lawyer tried to interrupt. Your Honor, this is... Let her finish, the judge said, leaning forward, fascinated. For 2 hours, Sophie testified, never hesitated, never stumbled, referenced her receipts, showed her handwritten notes, all matching perfectly. Her photographic memory versus Marcus's lies. There was no contest. Marcus's lawyer tried to discredit her. You're just a waitress with a grudge. He tipped you poorly. So you fabricated this. Sophie looked at him calmly. I documented facts. I have 52 receipts. Would you like me to recite every meal he ordered? Every word he said? I can. The lawyer had no response. Expert witnesses testified, confirmed Sophie's technical knowledge. She understands this better than most engineers. Confirmed her receipts. Matched Marcus's known schedule. Confirmed the stolen code. Identical to Lisa's original work. Marcus had nothing. 6 months later, verdict. Guilty. Marcus Reynolds stole intellectual property. $100 million judgment. Plus legal fees. Plus damages. Total. $120 million. He was ruined. TechVault seized. Assets frozen. Company dissolved. Patent invalidated. Marcus personally bankrupt. Reputation destroyed. Tech CEO exposed by waitress. Headlines everywhere. He lost everything because he underestimated the woman serving his dinner. After the trial, Lisa approached Sophie. Thank you. You gave me my life back. Let me return the favor. She offered Sophie a job. Finish your degree. I'll pay tuition. Work part-time as analyst at my company. Sophie accepted. Enrolled back in university. Worked 20 hours per week as junior analyst. Salary, $50,000, plus tuition, plus benefits. She studied, worked, excelled, finally pursuing her dream. Again. 2 years later, Sophie graduated. Computer science degree, top of her class. Again, Lisa promoted her. Senior analyst, then lead, then manager. Sophie was brilliant. Everyone knew it. Finally, 3 years after the trial, Sophie was head of ethics compliance at Lisa's company, Cloud Secure Technologies. Salary, $150,000. She created new division, ethical AI development, making sure no one else stole anyone's work. Meanwhile, Marcus Reynolds, bankrupt, blacklisted from tech. No one would hire him. His reputation destroyed. He worked odd jobs, warehouse, delivery, anything. The fall was complete. Cloud Secure was hiring warehouse administrator, $15 per hour. Marcus needed work. Applied, didn't realize which company until the interview. He walked in, saw the logo, then saw the interview panel. Sophie sat at the head of ethics compliance. On hiring committee, Marcus froze. Recognition. Horror. Mr. Reynolds, Sophie said. Professional. Come. Please. Sit down. His hands shook. The interview was professional. Sophie asked standard questions. Marcus stumbled through answers. She took notes, just like she used to. At his table, every Tuesday, when he called her just a waitress. The irony wasn't lost on either. After 30 minutes, Sophie stood. Thank you for coming in. We'll be in touch. Marcus stood too. Sophie, Miss Chen, she corrected. In professional settings. He nodded. Miss Chen, I'm sorry for how I treated you. Sophie looked at him. Mr. Reynolds. Service was adequate. Barely. His own words. Back to him. I'm sorry. The position is filled, but I'll keep your resume on file. She wouldn't. They both knew it. Marcus left. Defeated. Broken. He'd lost everything. Money. Company. Reputation. Career. All because he underestimated a woman who remembered everything. 5 years after the trial, Sophie was 34, Chief Technology Officer, Cloud Secure Technologies. Salary, $300,000. Stock options. The company thrived. Worth billions now. Lisa retired. Made Sophie CEO. The waitress. Now running a billion-dollar company. She never forgot where she came from. Every new hire orientation. She told her story. I was a waitress at the Sterling. I had to drop out of school to care for my mother. People underestimated me, called me just a waitress. But I had a gift, photographic memory, and I used it to help someone who helped me, to expose someone who hurt her. Never underestimate people based on their job, based on their title. Everyone has a story. Everyone has potential. Treat people with respect, not because of what they do, but because of who they are. The employees listened, some crying, inspired. Sophie created programs, tuition assistance, for employees finishing degrees, like she did. Flexible schedules for those with family obligations, like she had. She hired people from service industry, gave them chances, like Lisa gave her. Marcus Reynolds, last anyone heard. He was working at a restaurant, washing dishes, minimum wage. No one tipped him. He wasn't customer-facing, just the dishwasher, invisible, like he made Sophie feel, for 6 years. One day, Sophie visited that restaurant for lunch. Different restaurant, not the Sterling, but she saw him through kitchen window, washing dishes, head down, broken. She could have gloated, could have said something, but she didn't. She just thought, karma is real, and memory is powerful. She finished her meal, left generous tip for her server, $30, on a $40 bill, with a note. Never stop learning. Never stop dreaming. You never know where you'll end up. The server, a young woman, read it, smiled, didn't know who Sophie was, but kept the note on her mirror as reminder that someone believed, someone cared, someone understood what it was like to work hard, dream big, and be underestimated. Sophie walked out into her car, Tesla, company car, CEO parking. She looked back at the restaurant, at the kitchen where Marcus worked, and thought service was adequate, barely, then drove away to her company, her empire, built on memory, justice, and the simple truth that everyone deserves respect, no matter their job, no matter their title, everyone. Thank you for watching.